The news day continues here on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Exactly 1 week from now, President Bongbong Marcos will be delivering his second State of the Nation address. But before that, he is making a push for a new brand of governance and healthcare for all Filipinos. Mobile journalist Julie Baiza tells us more.
President Bongbong Marcos stressed the importance of having quality and accessible healthcare services for every Filipino. In his speech at the site inspection of the Clark Multi-Specialty Medical Center in Clark Freeport Zone, Pampanga, the President trumpeted that Region 3 will now have an additional medical facility for heart, kidney, cancer, and pediatric patients. Once completed in 2028, the Chief Executive said that the facility can cater not just patients from Region 3, but from Regions 1 and 2 and Metro Manila as well. In the same breath, Marcos Jr. confirmed his support to universal health care and the empowerment of rural health units and barangay health centers. Meanwhile, President Marcos said he will present some of the country's significant progress in his second State of the Nation address next Monday, July 24. He is confident that Filipinos can see the difference now, especially in how the Philippines is seen by the international community. This weekend, the Marcos administration launched its Bagong Pilipinas brand of governance. A presidential memorandum explained that the campaign aims to foster the state's commitment towards the attainment of comprehensive policy reforms and full economic recovery. Mobile journalist Julie Baiza, we are One News.
And some senators have weighed in on the Marcos administration's new governance slogan, Bagong Pilipinas. Senator Cheese Escudero called it inspiring as it connotes a new beginning. Escudero also hopes that the campaign will help unburden government officials and employees from the mistakes of the past. For his part, Senator Joel Villanueva believes Bagong Pilipinas sets the objectives that the current administration wants to accomplish. Villanueva added that the rally call is a reminder that public office is a public trust. For Senator Risa Ontiveros, though, it's not about new slogans and rebranding. She says the government should instead focus on effective and honest governance and provide a detailed plan to address the country's problems. On to another story, the Social Welfare Department is rolling out the pilot run of its food stamp program tomorrow, Tuesday, July 18. Secretary Rex Gatchalian said about 50 families from Tondo, Manila will be the first beneficiaries of the program. Electronic cards with food credits worth 3,000 pesos will be distributed. For now, though, these cards will only be accepted at Kadiwa stores. The DSWD is planning to expand the program to 3,000 of the food-poorest families in August and to 1 million qualified families after 6 months. In other news, the 2 police officers who allegedly harassed 3 journalists in Leyte have been relieved from duty. A video of the scuffle went viral on social media over the weekend. The journalists were covering a land dispute that involved the 2 officers and some farmers in the area. After a heated exchange of words, the cops allegedly fired their guns. Region 8 Police Regional Director Vincent Calanoga told Radyo 5 that an investigation of the incident is ongoing. For its part, the National Union of Journalists of the Philippines, or NUJP, condemned the incident and called for accountability.
Alam ko under dispute kung may nagpaputok na pulis, pero we're hoping malaman talaga sa investigasyon. At nakita naman po ng mga kasama natin, no? Or sila din nagsabi na may nagpaputok po talaga nung dumating yung mga pulis.
Ito iniimbestigahan pa, no? Kasi hindi natin makikita yung buong pangyayari sa video na ipinalabas. So kailangan natin ng statement ng mga witnesses. Nakakalungkot lang talaga dahil na-involve dito yung ating pulis. Meron din na-involve na media. Pero sabi ko nga, ang mga pangyayari ito isolated lang naman na na-involve ang ating mga pulis sa ganitong pangyayari.
We have more stories for you after this quick break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Philippine and American Marines conducted joint live fire exercises in Palawan despite the stormy weather. Brian Castillo with the details.
These American and Filipino soldiers ran on the shores of Punta Baja in Rizal, Palawan. The scenario, enemies have entered Philippine territory via the sea. They positioned themselves inside holes that were dug around the beach to counter the attack. Also in place were military assets of the Philippine Marines, including the armored personal carrier and the 40mm anti-aircraft cannon. The soldiers also attacked old boats floating on the sea, which serve as their targets. All these exercises are part of the Marine Aviation Support Activity, or MASA 2023, between the Philippine and U.S. Marines. The exercises focus on coastal defense.
We have tested our weapons. They have also tested their own weapons, and we have shown our combined firepower is formidable enough.
It's an investment in the long-standing relationship that the U.S. Marine Corps has shared with the Philippine Marine Corps. It's a strong kinship that we take a lot of pride in.
Heavy rainfall with strong winds pose a challenge to Filipino and American troops. With this, some U.S. military assets were not utilized because of the bad weather. Despite this, the exercises achieve its goal of enhancing training of the troops.
I think in a way the weather actually enhances the exercise because it creates shared hardship between the young Marines.
Aside from coastal defense, Filipino troops were also given training on the use of modern equipment of the armed forces.
Just like any other armed forces, even the United States, I think they need more equipment. So much more with the Philippine Armed Forces, I think there's always a need for more equipment.
The exercises were conducted near the West Philippine Sea, but Manila and Washington military officials emphasize that this drill has nothing to do with the ongoing maritime disputes. For News 5, Brian Castillo. We are One News.
In other news, the security guard who threw a puppy to its death from a footbridge in Quezon City has spoken up. He says it was done in self-defense. The guard, who has been identified as Jojo Malikdem, went viral over the incident, earning the ire of the online community. He is still being slammed on social media platforms for his recent statement. Malikdem is facing charges for killing the puppy, with one witness saying in an affidavit that the guard just threw the dog without provocation. The management of SM North EDSA has since removed the security guard and banned him from working in any of its establishments. Moving on, the SCTEX Pasig Potrero bridge will remain closed for now as a precautionary measure amid heavy rains. Authorities said that inspections are underway to see if any portion of the bridge has sustained damage. Routes affected by the closure include Subic going to Porac in Pampanga, as well as the Subic to Tarlac and Subic to Manila routes. Same goes for the stretch from Tarlac or Manila to Clark South en route to Subic. Motorists coming from Subic to Manila and vice versa can exit at SCTEX Dinalupihan, pass through Jose Abad Santos Avenue, and take the NLEX San Fernando southbound entry. Those coming from Florida Blanca and Porac in Pampanga can also take Abad Santos. Going to Tarlac, entry is through the NLEX San Fernando northbound. Let's now take a quick look at today's other top stories. Congestion in jails has eased slightly this year to 358% from 387% last year. The Bureau of Jail Management says the majority of detention centers remain overcrowded. To decongest jails, government is planning to implement a pre-release program with an additional goal of finding jobs for freed inmates. This is to ensure that they do not go back to a life of crime. The Justice Department says there are no legal issues that would prevent the transfer of PhilHealth under the Office of the President. This clears the way for the implementation of the proposal, which many medical practitioners reject. They have pointed out that such a move will not solve PhilHealth's problems and that it would require amendments to the state insurer's charter. And oil companies will be implementing a big-time oil price hike tomorrow, Tuesday, July 18. Gasoline prices will be going up by 1 peso and 90 centavos a liter, while diesel will be pricier by 2 pesos and 10 centavos a liter. Kerosene prices will likewise be going up by 1 peso and 80 centavos per liter. The Energy Department says the price hikes are on the back of OPEC's planned supply cuts and higher demand. One News Now will be back at 6 p.m. with the day's latest stories. I'm Sean Yao. We are One News.